You can create lots of beautiful wreath designs by using one of our circular wreath stencils and coupling it with the wreath spine stencil sets. Let me show you how easy it is to create one of these designs. You'll start off by determining and then marking the center of your block. This is easily done by finding the intersection of two diagonal lines drawn from two corners. This point now becomes your registration mark as you swap out stencils. Line up the mark in the center of your block with the center of the wreath stencil. You'll mark your wreath next, and depending upon which spine design you choose, you may or may not want to mark the outer or inner spine lines and also the center spine line that are on all the wreath stencils. We're going to use them for the design I've chosen, so I'm marking them for this design. But know that we won't need that center circle, so notice that I'm not marking that one for this design. Now I'm adding my spine design, and once I've aligned my stencil with that center registration mark, this part is easy. Once this spine design has been fully marked, I'm ready to hit the sewing machine. You always want to stitch your spine design first, since this will anchor all the plumes that you'll be stitching on the inside and outside portions of the wreath. For this particular spine design, there are three parts to the spine: the inside and outside edge lines, which are concentric circles, and then the curved diamonds that are set on point inside the circles. Notice that I'm stitching this entire spine in one thread color, and then when I go back to add the plumes, I'll be stitching those in a different thread color. This isn't something you have to do, and if your goal is to stitch a more traditional looking wreath, you'll probably want to stick with one thread color for the entire wreath. I'm creating these curved diamonds by stitching one half of the shape, and once I'm done with this entire side of the diamond halves, I'll begin stitching the opposite side. Now this is not the only way to stitch these, it's just a rhythm I've fallen into with this particular design. Now I've moved to the opposite side, and I'm merely stitching the remaining half of each diamond shape to complete the design. I'm going to leave this particular spine design as is, but if you've been through the third volume of Free Motion Fun with Feathers DVD, then you know that this could be converted to a diamondback snake spine design by adding one echo line of quilting outside of each concentric circle, or we can convert it to a scalloped edge design by stitching scallops just outside each concentric circle. But this design stands alone really well, so we'll just let it be for today. And now that the spine has been stitched, it's easy to add all the plumes. You'll just start stitching one side and then finish up with the opposite side. Notice that because this particular spine edge is a smooth line, I can carry my plume stitching line all the way back to that spine edge. Now this is in contrast to what I showed you in the square feathered wreath tutorial, because there we were dealing with an irregularly shaped spine edge. These wreaths are versatile because you can leave them as is, or you can go back later and hyperquilt these plumes in a totally different thread color. The choice is yours, but either way, you'll end up with a beautiful feathered wreath. And know that the center spine designs that work with the 12-inch circular wreath we just used also work with our designer wreaths named PT30 through PT36. Give these a try and you'll see just how interesting feathered wreaths can be.